Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Muhammad Fikri bin Safi, and good morning, my classmates. My name is Hassan Ali Ahmed, my matric number 242329, and we are from group The Code. And today I would like to present the background of the group called SMTR Corporation Company, and here is the company information. First of all, full company name SMTR Limited is a nomenclature for the Singapore Mass Rapid Transit Corporation Limited, and the stock name is the stock exchange in which SMTR Corporation Limited was registered as Singapore Exchange, commonly known as SGX, and the stock code is 179102. And stock market, the Singapore Mass Rapid Transit Limited was listed in the Singapore Stock Exchange market (SGX) in the year 2000 as SMTR Corporation Limited. Company background: SMTR Corporation Company has now cooperated 3 years. As a Singapore iconic train operation, SMTR Limited has a capacity to convey more than 2 million passengers on the train network daily. And throughout the 33 years of service, and the company have the connected communities and transmit the way people live, work, and play. And the company registered address was located at the SMTR Train Limited to Chong Katong Road 0201, Tower 3, Paya Lumber Quarter, Singapore. And for furthermore information, you can click the link description. SMTR Corporation Company, they focus in their business model for their customer and safety and service excellence, mastery, responsibility and respect, teamwork, nature, and integrity. Here is an industry analyze: profitability, liquidity, debt, deep fund, long-term surveillance, and investment ratio.
My name is A.Fatah Ibrahim, elected number 252035. I'm going to proceed my part. Liquidity ratio. The ratio under the category generally assesses the ability of the enterprise to settle its immediate or short-term financial obligation. So the first point is current ratio. It is also known as working capital ratio, as it describes the proportion of firms and current asset to its current liability. This line graph illustrates the change of current ratio. In 2008, the current ratio in influence stood at 3.2 and rose steadily over the next 7 years to reach the highest ratio is 4.1 in 2015. In this following year is 2006, the figure dipped slightly to below 4.90. Next slide. The next point is quick ratio. It's also known as liquidity or activity test ratio. It indicates the company's ability to settle its immediate obligation out of the available liquid assets. So this line graph shows the change of quick ratio in 2008. The quick ratio of influence stick up 48 and then decrease steadily over the next years, then grow up in next year reach the highest quick ratio is 74 in 2007. In the following years, start 2008, the figure dipped slightly to below 59 of quick ratio. Next point is assessment management ratio. This ratio can be used to indicate management efficiency in the manufacturing, administrating, and selling the product of the enterprise. The first one, the total asset turnover, the results being expressed in the number of times shows the efficiency utilized the total asset to generate sales of for the company. So this line graph shows change the total asset turnover ratio in 2008. The influence tick up 0.54 and then increasing the next year 0.1. Then the next year is going down 0.54 in 2011. Steadily over the next 5 years, then scroll up to reach its highest total asset turnover is 0.89 in 2016. In the following year, 2007, the figure dipped slightly to below 0.87. Next slide is inventory turnover. The result is expressed in number of times and indicates the number of times the stocks are being returned, example converted or sold, and replenished during the year. So this line graph shows the change in inventory turnover ratio in 2008. The effects tick up 3.55 and then increase in the next couple years 3.65. The next year is growing down in 3.34 in 2011. It's still over the next 4 years, then it's growing up to reach 4.88. Unfortunately, 2017 declined to 4.87. So the highest total inventory turnover for 2018 is 3.96 in the 2018. In this following year, 2009, the next point is leverage ratio. Leverage ratio considered under the category assisting the assessing company ability to settle its long-term obligation and assessing its financial stability. The first point is debt ratio. It shows the total intangible assets of enterprise of financed by borrowing. So this line graph shows the change debt ratio in 2008. The effects take up 2.11 and then increase in the next year 2.80. The next couple of years is growing to up 3.55 in 2015. It's still over the next 4 years, then it's declining to 2016. The figure is dipped slightly to below 3.25. The next slide is talk about the debt equity ratio. So it shows the relation between the total liability of company and its shareholders fund. So this line graph shows change the debt equity ratio in 2008, that the effect stick up at 0.18 and then increasing the next year 0.22 in 2011. In the next year is declining 0.19 until 2018. Again, the company is increasing in 2 years. In 2005, it's reached 0.25 steadily over the next years. Then it's declining in 2016 and 17 respectively, but this figure level slightly below 0.22. In addition, last 2 years is growing up over 0.23 and 0.33 respectively, 2018 and 2019. The fourth of profitability ratios. These are ratios that are generally used to assess a company performance in terms of profitability and efficiency in utilize the assets to generate the revenue. So the gross profit margin, or the result expressed in terms of percentage, indicates margin on sales, profit sales after meeting all the expenses relating to the cost of sales. It's also shown as the average between the cost of goods sold and sales revenue. So the line graph illustrate, and also they can illustrate the change of the profit of the last 10 years or 12 years. Is the highest profit is made in 2008. After that, the companies dramatically declined the graph until 2011. So the company is trying to improve the profit. Then to start 2013 to make the profit to going up. Then after that, 2017, the company is facing the declining the profitability, and also after 2018, the company started again to make the profitability of the company. Recommendation and reasons. Adequate measure should be put in place by the company so as to maintain and improve its liquidity position in terms of working capital and liquidity ratios. Second point is adequate balance should be maintained between the inventory and turnover and days in inventory. This is because more the number of times essential tickets are sold, the better probability and indeed liquidity position of the company. In terms of long-term solvency, financial stability ratios processed by debt ratio, debt to equity ratio, and interest of corporate ratio, the company should strive to maintain the tempo by ensuring equitable or reasonable balance between the total debt and total tangible assets and total equity so as to continue discharge its long-term financial obligation as one smallest do. That's all our presentation. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.